I would really like to start a vlog, but you know, things hold me back, like just looking at the big picture and trying to plan out the entire channel and trying to, I think I just need to just do it. And yeah, maybe my stuff won't be perfect, but it'll start out as a vlog, and so I'll just start right now. Today I made a list of things that I'm grateful for, and that was really good, because sometimes you get down in a rut, especially me. I tend to do that, and so it was good. I genuinely felt grateful for one or two things, and then I said, you know, let me just make a list, because I was at work and things were in a little bit of a low, and I just had this extra 5 minutes, and I thought, you know, it'll make me more productive if I have a good attitude. And so I said, this is a good use of my time. I'll spend these 5 minutes just making a list of things that I'm grateful for. And actually I have a lot of things to be grateful for. Maybe we all do. I mean, it's great that there's at least hope. If you don't feel like you have a long list of things to be grateful for, it's wonderful that other people have great lives that, you know, like it's a possibility. And you can be grateful for change too. Sometimes in my life I've thought, you know, things are so bad, I'll never get out of this, and you know, just a few months later everything's different, or a year or two later everything's different. And even if that seems like a long time to wait, it doesn't really matter, because once you're there, all that time that passed is just sort of irrelevant, kind of forgotten, and it's actually a benefit to you because it helps you be more grateful for what you have. The fact that you can look back on where you were, you just say, thank goodness I'm not there anymore, and thank goodness that if something else happens to me badly in the future, I can overcome. You know, there's hope for the future. Yeah, it's good. Well, I don't know how long my vlogs should be. A lot of people have them be 5 or 10 minutes. I guess I should say, you know, kind of treat it like a diary, like what's going on in the world today. Today, I have a little baby who I've longed for a long time, over 10 years, and you know, actually closer to 15 years. Oh, he's fussy. And we're going for a walk through the neighborhood. He was born 3 months ago on St. Patrick's Day of 2020, and yeah, it's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be, but it is everything that I've done. It's been working up to this, and it's something that, you know, sometimes you have these goals where you work really hard towards them and you sacrifice your whole life for them, like PhD students a lot of times, for example, and once you get to the end of it, you realize, actually, this isn't what I expected at all. Having a baby is not exactly what I expected. In a lot of ways it's way cooler, and in a lot of ways it's way harder, so it's kind of interesting, but he is amazing. He's a little miracle holding my hands right now, and we've gone through some tough stuff already, even though he's only 3 months old. I mean, if any of you have ever breastfed, you know it can be very, very difficult. And for anyone who knows somebody who has breastfed their baby, you know, just give them some props and respect. Be nice to them, because man, it was very hard, way harder than it is portrayed. It's not necessarily this sweet, cozy, intimate thing. At first, it is basically like medieval torture at first. Same thing with the birth process, but anyway, it's kind of worth it. Neighbors' dogs are whining at me. Hi guys! Hi puppies! Bye-bye! I'm just walking through the neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, I hope that it was worth it, the breastfeeding. At this point, it doesn't hurt anymore, and that's great. And and I am several months into it, so I don't have to do it for too much longer. And those first 3.5 months went by pretty quickly, so it's great. Like I said, you know, once you've done the hard thing, it's in the past and it's over, and you're glad that you went through it. I am glad that I endured. I'm glad that I persisted and did what I thought was the right thing, and hopefully it pays off. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Also, I got all these dresses. It's one of the things that I listed on my grateful list. I listed, I'm grateful for these dresses, and I'm grateful that I feel pretty in them, because I needed some new nursing clothes. Like I said, I had no idea how hard this is going to be. Yeah, you actually have to get like a new wardrobe for nursing, or at least I felt that I did. And so I got all of these dresses from a website called Latched Mama. I like them, I really do, and I've actually gotten compliments on these dresses, which I don't get compliments like every day or that often on what I wear. So yeah, I really like them, and their dresses, some of them have pockets and sleeves, which is hard to find. I really like wearing dresses. They're just so comfortable. You put on one thing and you're dressed, you know, and you know that it all looks good, they're flattering, and in this case it makes it very easy to nurse. So I guess I'll put a link in the description for the ones that I got, the ones that I chose and that I like. There's one in particular that I really like, so I'll share that one. But well, for anyone who ends up watching this video, it's 4th of July coming up, and yeah, happy 4th of July! Even though it's probably not going to be July when you watch this, but yeah, there's just been a lot of crazy things going on lately, like COVID-19 stuff. Oh, I forgot I'm not supposed to say COVID-19. Well, I guess I can edit that out. I probably won't, but yeah, I guess we're going through a global pandemic, and I was in the hospital during that time. A lot of people ask me about that. It was pretty crazy, the whole birth experience. I should do a video on that. I don't feel like it right now because it wasn't a very positive experience. It was pretty intense. It took me quite some time just to even be able to walk or even lay down, let alone walk, so that's pretty crazy. Yeah, what else can I say as far as this being a diary? I guess that we're living in Edgewood. It's a duplex that my dad owns, and he moved to California, so he doesn't really take care of his rental properties that he has here in Washington. Edgewood is like near Seattle, and so I'm his only child, so I've been going around and like living in these duplexes or these rental properties and kind of fixing them up for a year and then moving, and then they're rentable again. And so that's worked out for us up until having this little guy. We have our own baby now, so we don't really have time for that kind of thing. So we are looking into getting our own house. and thanks be to God, we both have pretty good high-paying jobs. I'm an industrial engineer at Boeing, and my husband John is in commercial lending. So he gives loans throughout the U.S., throughout the country, for people who are trying to make their dream business come true, or people who want to get like a commercial type mortgage so that they can buy things like rental properties and rent them out and that kind of thing. We'd like to get our own rental properties, but the Seattle area is, I think, overpriced, and even if it's not overpriced, I just feel that it's really risky. There seems to be somewhat of a bubble, and I think that the bubble might not ever burst, though. It's just, there are reasons that the housing prices are inflated in this area, and why they are inflated right now. And I just, prices are just way over build cost. And so to me, that means that they are at least a bit overpriced. If I can build it for less, then so anyways, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll invest in another state or something, or maybe I'll just never get around to doing the rental property thing. I don't feel a real need to be really rich. I really just want to have a house paid off, have a good car that's gonna last me the rest of my life, and allow my son Daniel to be able to either go to private school or have his own business when he turns 18. I just want to be able to do the sports he wants to do and the programs he wants to do. I just want him to have every opportunity in life, and I think we can achieve that if we both keep working. I'm fortunate because of the whole pandemic thing. I am able to, and I don't mean to be insensitive, I know a lot of people have been actually impacted by it, and condolences to those people. For us, we are kind of at the epicenter of the pandemic, and for us it is a little overboard. Like, we're required to, there are a lot of requirements placed on us, and some kind of scary propositions have been made by the government, by our Washington state government, and so we're not too happy about it. We don't want to lose our rights over it. Like, a lot of my ancestors have died for our country to have the rights that we have, and I am willing to, my ancestors were willing to die and go to war for those rights. I'm willing to handle a pandemic without losing our rights in this country and in this state. So anyway, probably not a good way to start off my YouTube channel with getting into that, but it's the truth. Yeah, well, I forgot what I was talking about before, and I don't want to trail on too long, but this is my first vlog, or vlog as they call it, and so I hope that my channel goes somewhere. Bye-bye.